Oh hi! You just got me doing the same thing I did last month, but with a few minor tweaks to make it easier. Wait, is there even anything I did last month that has anything like that? I stand corrected. Anyway, buckle up because we're about to play Sonic Adventure Tales Story. At the beginning of Tails' story, Tails is just flying his plane, the Tornado, over Station Square. Then all of a sudden, he crashes right into Emerald Coast, and Sonic saves him. Just like in Sonic's story. Wonder how many times I will end up saying that today. Anyway, after Sonic saves Tails, they run to the Mystic Ruins, and they find Dr. Eggman. Just like in Sonic's story. And then you fight the Egg Hornet again, except this time you spin around with your two tails and destroy it instead of jumping on Eggman's face like you did in Sonic's story. So there are a few differences. And then Eggman's like, haha, I've got Chaos, Emerald, eat. And then you do the first level, Windy Valley. Wait. Not Windy Valley. Windy Valley, but with half of the level cut out, and you race against Sonic. Which would be unfair, but Tails can fly right into the sky. So yeah, it's not actually that bad. The levels are still pretty boring though. After Windy Valley, you go to Casinopolis. But not Casinopolis. Casinopolis, but you only race through the sewers, which is genuinely a pretty good part of the stage actually. Like the only part of the stage if you're not counting the gambling. And yeah, easy, because it's literally just the sewers from Sonic's story. And then, exiting Casinopolis, Sonic and Tails meet Eggman again, and Eggman just steals all of the emeralds from Sonic and Tails again, clapping his head off for some reason. And then, all of a sudden, Sonic and Tails are like, we've just lost some emeralds, let's go to Icecap. So they go to Icecap, and that level's genuinely alright. It got rid of most of the problems I normally have with Icecap, except the snowboarding section, which is the only section you've got. Still racing Sonic. Basically, you're on the snowboard and you can't see what you're doing for half of it, then you have pretty terrible controls for the second bit. I don't like it, but it's really just personal preference. Then you fight Knuckles and Chaos 4, just like in Sonic's story. And then the Sky Chase, which is literally the exact same to Sonic's story. After crashing during the course of Sky Chase, Tails wakes up in the Mystic Ruins, having a dream about when he first met Sonic. And then he's like, I need to find an emerald for my plane. So Tails jumps to the forest, randomly finds one in the ground. This frog eats it, and then you do the sub-game, not a level, a sub-game, which is basically the Icecap, but sand, and also you try and go through gates for whatever reason. And then you get the emerald from the frog. Big the cat, which we will not be talking about for a good 2 years, runs us over and is like, Froggy! And yeah. You can do Sky Chase Act 2. And the same as in Sonic's story, I guess. And then you do the Sky Deck, which is the first part of the Sky Deck in Sonic's story, which is the part I didn't like, except this time, Tails can fly, which is kind of funny because you just leave Sonic behind at the beginning, because you can like you can fly a portion of the way away from Sonic. It's kind of fun, but other than that, it's still basically the same and annoying. Yeah. And then you do Speed Highway, which is, if I'm not mistaken, technically the same as Sonic's story, but with a few portions cut out, like the window thing, which is pretty cool, but I mean, you can live without. It didn't really serve any gameplay function. This time, you're not running against Sonic, but you're running against Eggman. And it's funny, because whenever you overpass Eggman, Eggman goes, Tails, wait for me! and then when you somehow catch up, he goes, "What? He's caught up?" And it's really funny. That's what humour is. Yeah, it's alright. And then you do the Egg Walker, which is a unique boss to Tails' story. Do you want to know what you do in the Egg Walker? Yes, you do. Eggman will be dropping bombs in Station Square, and you've got to spin and try and paralyse Eggman. How do you paralyse Eggman, I hear you ask? Well, Eggman will try and stomp on Tails. If you dodge it, you can spin on this, like, electrical bumper part, and then that'll paralyse Eggman's mech. So then you can spin into, like, Eggman's seating area, which will cause a bit of damage. And then, at the final, like, stage, all 3 of the legs will need to be spun into to be spun into Eggman. But the bombs that Eggman are dropping around Tails will make it considerably harder to actually keep your rings. The boss itself isn't that hard compared to Egg Viper, which as a child I did actually have some difficulty with. But the Egg Walker, it's alright, it's not that hard, but I mean, for the final boss of a sub-story basically, yeah, it's alright. And that's Tails' story. It's alright, I've done it before. It was just Sonic's story, but worse. I did like a few tweaks though, like Eggman, he was pretty cool. Especially in the first cutscene. Different dialogue and stuff, it was nice. Was it worth it though? Like, is it worth playing now? No. I'm not gonna say we have better Sonic games, because we really don't, but it's still not that good. So I'm gonna do the one thing I do to anyone that copies anyone ever. Watch this. You really think you're gonna copy Sonic? Well, yeah. I'm never gonna pick that up. Anyway, I'll see you next month when I do something completely different, but the same at the same time. Bye! Love you.